I'm going to do a little video of the surrounding neighborhood as well. I just realized I'm switching from my GoPro to the iPhone, so you'll see a little bit of a difference here in video quality. Here's the front of the house, and I'm going to just drive forward, and then I'll have to go left, and then I'll go around the block just to see what's on the other side. So these streets are really nice because I have to turn around actually. There's a lot of pedestrian traffic, as you can see right now. It's a really nice day, so we've got a lot of people out walking, and I have to turn around in this parking lot. And so usually people that are driving through here aren't barreling through at top speeds, because we do know there's a lot of pedestrian traffic around Sloans Lake. I'm really glad that the house is also set back so it's not directly across from the park. So it gives you a little bit of buffer from pedestrian traffic and noise and whatnot. This is normally open. I'm not quite sure why it's closed at the moment, but let's see. So here's the house. I'll make a left here, which is heading north. So right now we're headed east, and then now we're heading north onto Raleigh. That's essentially the primary bedroom right there through those patio doors. The little house next door. I'm going to show you actually what's on that side as well. Got some geese there. I love the Highlands because you occasionally see these Victorians kind of sprinkled throughout the neighborhood. This would have been a much more stately home in the past when it was built, and probably owned the land surrounding, but partially as real estate boomed here in Denver. This is really cool too. Let's actually turn west. You got another home there that's been renovated. And so we're on the north side of the block at Stewart and 22nd. And then we're making a left to head south back towards the front of the property. You can see these homes across have all been pretty much updated or scraped and rebuilt, as these two have on the corner. Actually, that street that we just came from was 23rd, not 22nd. Here's 22nd. And then across, we've got the park. Really nice scrape and rebuild there with all of that glass front. Got some, I guess that would be considered brutalism architecture there. Modern brutalists. And then here we are again. Good example of pedestrian traffic that are not paying attention in the middle of the street. So we're heading east on 21st. I'm gonna make a right here on Quitman just to head south. Here's another scrape rebuild. So that road that was blocked off by the parking lot earlier, I believe it connects right here. Yeah, so you can see up there, there's the block off. And then the park just kind of continues back on this side, on the south side. And then the lake is there in the distance as well. So we've just got some more green space here, kind of filling in this space between the neighborhood and Sloan's Lake and the park. That is a pretty crazy pop top right there. They went up 2 floors on that one. And it looks like they did an addition in the back. Let's take a ride. This has got some new scrape rebuilds here, facing west. And there in the distance, you can see that condo building. That was built and started selling about 2 years ago. We've got some high-end luxury condos in there, and there's also apartments for rent in the adjoining tower. So here we're headed to this is 18th, and we're gonna head up to 17th. I'm gonna make a right heading west to give you just kind of a perspective of how close the retail commercial space. There's a big shopping center with a bunch of daily conveniences right off of Sheridan here. You can actually walk to this side of the park where there are a couple of restaurants in these commercial spaces where the condo building is, which is really nice. There's a bar and grill there called The Patio. That place has got some good food, outdoor dining space, and I can't remember the brewing company right behind. So here's the patio in the corner. And it's Odell Brewing Company up top, back there. So here's the apartment buildings for lease, and then the condos just there on the corner of Raleigh and 17th. Get a lot of people out today because the weather is so nice. What are you doing? Go. And so there we've got the lake house, luxury condos, and then if you go further south between 17th and Colfax, there are also a few restaurants kind of sprinkled in there. There's a Starbucks, there's a movie theater that serves alcohol. I always forget the name of it. It's kind of a neighborhood Keystone entertainment place where everybody likes to go. I think they also serve food in that movie theater as well. So you've got some nice little commercial and restaurant retail spaces kind of sprinkled throughout the surrounding of Sloan's Lake. Right here on Sheridan, where I'm taking you, is the majority of the large commercial space. So we've got a Target, a Super Target, King Soopers is there. There's some fast food restaurants in the shopping center. And then back behind, there's a really cool commercial space called, I think it's called the Market at Edgewater, which is basically some boutique style office spaces, retail spaces, and they've got a bunch of restaurants and pop-up restaurants that go into the food hall in that commercial space. So it's actually a pretty nice place to go pop over and have lunch or have a drink. They've got a couple of pretty great restaurants in there. and some pop-up space, which I think is also nice because it kind of brings in some variety of restaurants and gives the opportunity for some new starting out chefs to get a space to work in. So it's a pretty cool concept. Let's see. And actually, I'll turn left up there so you can see where that location is in correlation to the house. So here to the right, we've got Sloan's Lake. Basically across the lake is where the house is. And you can see we've got all these commercial spaces here to the left on the west side of Sheridan. And we're making a left at 20th. And we'll take a quick look at where Edgewater Marketplace, I think that's what it's called. You've also got some commercial space here all along Sheridan up to 26th Avenue on the west side of the street. So you've got things like Great Britain Fish and Chips, which is a pretty popular space if you're or popular restaurant if you're interested in fish and chips. And they've got a couple of British mash and bangers and things like that. Kind of British comfort food. And at the next intersection, that's also where the Edgewater downtown. It's a nice little quaint area with some restaurants and shops and a couple of bars. It's a pretty popular area in the summers for people to go have dinner, and they've got some nice patio bars as well, and rooftop bars. So Target here to the left. And then up here to the right where you see this intersection in the light is going to be it's Edgewater Public Market. So it's this whole little space here. People probably think I'm crazy because I'm sticking my phone out the sunroof as I'm driving. See, that's a nice little draw for the neighborhood. I'm actually going to go straight. I don't think I'm supposed to do that there, but and then we'll go up to where Edgewater Tavern is. I think this is actually a one-way street that I'm driving down, so oops, sorry. Yep, it is. Okay, let's get back on track here. So that's Edgewater Elementary there. I'm sure those parents were not happy that I was driving the wrong direction. All right. Here's the Edgewater kind of little downtown area that I was mentioning earlier. This is a really nice, quaint little area to come and have dinner. They've got a couple of good restaurants in here, a couple good pubs as well. There's one of my favorite Asian restaurants is just up ahead here. It's kind of a little hole in the wall. It's Greasy Spoon, but it's amazing. And that is essentially it. So we're heading 26th here up ahead of us, which is the corridor that takes you east and west. And that's a nice little new scrape and build, but it's right on the corner of a pretty busy intersection. 26 is pretty busy. And then right up ahead is Sheridan. So that is it.